Hi, and thanks for joining me for another video. Friends, today's topic is going to make a lot of people upset, but it really doesn't matter. Why? Because stupidity must always be challenged and the truth said. And today is no exception.
Shalom. Today's topic is going to make Asher and his perverted disciples upset again, but it really doesn't matter. Why? Because the stupidity of Reverend George's conversion must be challenged and the truth said, and today is no exception. Today we're going to challenge Reverend George's other obelisk iniquity, conversion. Does the Torah require conversion? Is converting to Judaism or converting to be Jewish righteous in the sight of the Creator? Does Reverend George converting to be Jewish reconciles a person back to the Creator? In the spirit of the Torah, Israel and the mixed multitude got baptized Mikveh through the Red Sea, and their sins was washed away, and they started their new walk with the one true God. At Mount Sinai, it was a mixed multitude of people of all cultures and languages. Everybody saw the Creator's fiery mountain and heard the Creator speak His commandments. Former Pharisee Shaul explains this moment beautifully to his letters to the Corinthians.
Chapter 10. I don't want you to forget, dear brothers and sisters, what happened to our ancestors in the wilderness long ago. God guided all of them by sending a cloud that moved along ahead of them, and He brought them all safely through the waters of the sea on dry ground. As followers of Moses, they were all baptized in the cloud and the sea. And all of them ate the same miraculous food, and all of them drank the same miraculous water. For they all drank from the miraculous rock that traveled with them, and that rock was Christ. Yet after all this, God was not pleased with most of them, and He destroyed them in the wilderness. These events happened as a warning to us, so that we would not crave evil things as they did, or worship idols as some of them did. For the Scriptures say, the people celebrated with feasting and drinking, and they indulged themselves in pagan revelry. And we must not engage in sexual immorality as some of them did, causing 23,000 of them to die in one day. Nor should we put Christ to the test, as some of them did, and then died from snake bites. And don't grumble as some of them did, for that is why God sent His angel of death to destroy them. All these events happened to them as examples for us. They were written down to warn us, who live at the time when this age is drawing to a close. If you think you are standing strong, be careful, for you too may fall into the same sin. But remember that the temptations that come into your life are no different from what others experience, and God is faithful. He will keep the temptation from becoming so strong that you can't stand up against it. When you are tempted, He will show you a way out so that you will not give in to it. So, my dear friends, flee from the worship of idols. You are reasonable people. Decide for yourselves if what I am about to say is true.
Painfully and woefully, in Judaism, the rabbis are leading Israel to sin, teaching them that Abraham was the first Jew, as if Abraham lived in Judea and practiced Judaism, and taught Isaac Mishnah interpretation. And at Mount Sinai, it was just Jewish people with kippahs, and they accepted the religion of God. And Jews have certain laws, and Gentiles must follow others, deceiving Israel, making a division. But in defense of native-born Big Brother Judah, not fake Baptist converts like Reverend George, our brother rabbis are just teaching what was handed down to them from their forefathers in innocence, and they just accepted it in ignorance. Also, blindness in the part, and in the Torah in Genesis 49:10, the Torah will never leave Judah until flesh and blood reigning King Messiah comes. But in a leading heathen Canaanite spear-chucking occult, they teach Israel was a people of all of one color. These people could be easily identified by their actions and their looks. These are not the descendants of the 12 tribes of Israel. On the male side of the gene of how they get their looks, they are the descendants of the Shaka Zulu tribe. And on the woman's side of how they get their dirty racist spirit, they are the descendants of the Ku Klux Klan tribe. The Ku Klux Klan, but with a tan, and they teach their Mishnah interpretation.